This is another sign of the times, an analysis and a commentary. U.S. leaves drone base in Pakistan. The Central Intelligence Agency has vacated an air base in western Pakistan that it had been using for drone strikes against militants in the country's tribal areas, the Pakistani military said. Pakistan had ordered the CIA to leave the Shamsi air base in protest over NATO airstrikes that killed at least 25 Pakistani soldiers near the border with Afghanistan on November 26. Pakistan has also blocked all NATO logistical supplies from crossing the border into Afghanistan since the attack. Pentagon and Obama administration officials declined to comment publicly on the departure from the Shamsi air base, but a senior American counterterrorism official said that the drone operations at Shamsi were classified and that vacating the base would not end American counterterrorism operations in Pakistan. The United States retains robust capabilities to fight al-Qaeda and its militant allies, the official said. Our operations will continue. Pakistan has also said that it will shoot down any drones entering into its airbase. Pakistani officials have repeatedly accused NATO forces of deliberately attacking the Pakistani soldiers at two military checkposts. American officials have said the airstrikes were an unfortunate accident. In response to the attacks, Pakistan gave the CIA 15 days to vacate the Shamsi base, which is about 200 miles northwest of the city of Quetta. Inter-Services Public Relations, the media wing of the Pakistani military, said the last flight carrying American personnel and equipment left the base on Sunday. The base has been taken over by the Army, the agency's statement said. While U.S. officials do not comment publicly on drone operations against militants who plan attacks on Afghanistan from havens in the Pakistani tribal areas, operations had been reduced at the Shamsi air base since May, when a Navy SEAL commando raid killed Osama bin Laden near Islamabad. The United States also carries out drone strikes from bases in Afghanistan. After the bin Laden raid, Pakistan insisted that the CIA shut down its operations at the Shamsi base, but it later relented, permitting scaled-down operations. The attacks on the Pakistani checkpoints 2 weeks ago have stoked nationalist passions in the country, where anti-American sentiment was already running high. Angry demonstrations erupted after the airstrikes, and in an additional sign of protest, the Pakistani government decided not to attend an international conference on the future of Afghanistan held last week in Bonn, Germany. Although American officials have expressed hope that their working relationship with the Pakistanis will not break down, Pakistani officials have insisted on rewriting the rules of bilateral cooperation. Pakistan's Prime Minister said Sunday in an interview with the BBC that Pakistan might continue to block NATO supply convoys from entering Afghanistan for at least several more weeks. There is a credibility gap, the Prime Minister told the BBC. We are working together, and still we don't trust each other. To build confidence, the Prime Minister said Pakistan is creating what he called new rules of engagement with the United States. Then I think we should trust each other better, he also stated. In other words, relations with Pakistan have sunk to new lows, and there will be consequences for all these actions, because everything is connected and everything is numbered. It's also called fate or destiny. These actions or this path leads to Revelation chapter 18. This too is another sign of the times, the end times, transition days, which is a time of extraordinary changes, happenings, and events. Everything that must change quickly or rapidly and for the better, because it's about what kind of world are we leaving to the future generations, and that should be a very important question to ask. This is the time when the past, the present, and the future comes together or collides into one another in some kind of way. 2012 is coming, and big changes are coming to this world. Revelation chapter 16, verse 8. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch humans with fire. 9. And humans were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which has power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. 10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain. 11. And blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings and leaders of the east might be prepared. 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. 14. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings and leaders of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of God Almighty. 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watches and keeps his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame. 16. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Revelation chapter 17, verse 10. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and one is, and the other is not yet come. And when he comes, he must continue a short space. 11. And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goes into perdition. 12. And the 10 horns which thou saw are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom or nation as yet, but receive power as kings or leaders, 1 hour with the beast. 13. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Revelation chapter 18, verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings and leaders of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies and luxuries. 4. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. 5. For her sins have reached into heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Again, it's time for all these prophecies to be fulfilled, and these signs are more physical manifestations of the book of Revelation. Yes, it's time now, and this is a part of the vision that I have seen.